guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Morgan and I have chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, post-viral fatigue syndrome, and basically dysautonomia conditions. If you guys hear a lot of noises in the background, my husband's on the tractor, but I have decided that I want to sit down with you guys and just talk freely about where I'm at with my fibromyalgia journey. I just did a collaboration with April Lee, Chronically Me. We did like a whole sit down podcast style interview, and we really talked about a lot of really impactful things. And I'm gonna link the video below in my comments because it's really good. And I think we both got a lot out that we think would be helpful to the community in terms of, are the conditions real? Why are there so many people suffering that aren't diagnosed? Why, as patients, do we have such a hard time going through life being sick? So yeah, we talked a lot about that. And what I realized is I don't talk enough about it on my channel. And I think, the long story short, if you're wondering how my journey is going, it's the same as the last time I checked in. I just kind of feel like I don't talk enough about it, and I feel like there are a lot of people that really do benefit from these videos, more than I realize. So I want to kind of just talk to you guys and see if we can, just vibe together and just know that each other isn't alone, because it's a long, hard road with these medical conditions, and there's a lot that we have to go against in our lives that we haven't chosen to, and there's a lot of relationships that are lost, there's a lot of people that are hurt, there's a lot of confused people, there's a lot of friendships, family, husbands, wives that are being affected by these conditions, and it's hurtful. A lot of people end up feeling super isolated and super alone. So I realized through talking with April that it's important that I keep speaking on it because I just wanted to give you guys my outlook. So where I've had this condition for, I think, since the end of 2018 going into 2019. I have been non-stop. So it all started, if you're new to my situation, I got respiratory syncytial virus. This was even prior to the big virus that happened in 2020. That I had this prior. I got the child virus. I was violently ill for 3 weeks straight, never fully recovered. I was hospitalized. After the virus symptoms left me, I was still extremely weak, extremely tired, extremely nauseous. I had a lot of neurological issues, and it kind of just snowballed into fibromyalgia. I have chronic post-viral fatigue syndrome. I have chronic pain, chronic headaches. It's just something that really spiraled ever since that day in my life. I lost my career over it. I lost my ability to do a lot of things that I used to do, and I think it's been very difficult, and it was a very impactful thing in my life, and it's still something that I absolutely still struggle with to this day. I'm still fighting, and I'm kind of confused at this point of my treatments because okay. So when you have these conditions, at least for me, I was treating because we have so many symptoms and they all need to be managed and they all need to be treated, right? So you have the migraines, you have the nausea, you have the dizziness, you have the heart rate issues, so if you think about it, that's neurology and whatever test they want to do, and ongoing tests, that's rheumatology and whatever test they want to do, that is gastroenterology and whatever test they want to do, that is ears, nose, and throat, because you're dizzy, that is cardiologist over your heart conditions and why your heart races, because your whole body's out of whack. Your whole body is not functioning correctly, so you have to go to each doctor to get all of this managed. And of course, there's the ruling of the diagnosis through exclusion. So it's you do go through all these people. But then for me, it was treat. I went to Mayo Clinic twice. I have vlogs going to the Mayo Clinic, me being sick with my husband. I've been around the world. And then you have doctors retire. You need to find new doctors that you vibe with, that understand you. It's a full-time job just having these conditions. So for me, I went through a phase of acceptance. You know, I had my psychologist on standby. I was very mentally screwed up because I was a very active, energetic, sociable person, and I excelled at my job, and I was good at my career, and I took pride in that. And I was very active and out and just like a regular fun 29-year-old girl. Like, I did have a social life. I am married. I just got married. I mean, my life was really like, there was a lot going on, and this virus came in and wiped my life as I knew it and changed it. So through all that trauma that I experienced of just literally one day getting a cough and then your life goes in turmoil and turns upside down, from all that trauma and all the medical appointments and all the fear and all the relationships that took a toll, and all of the naysayers and the people just giving their 2 cents, and, you know, unsolicited medical advice that I had to endure. I mean, I went through a lot of unsolicited medical advice that was really hurtful. Like people telling me I need to drink a shake, or I need to eat kale, and I need to, like that. When you are speaking to a chronically ill person with legitimate health issues, like legitimate, recommending kale to somebody is low-key an insult. Maybe you mean it from a good place, but my answer, I guess my comeback was always this: would you tell a cancer patient, drink some kale, you'll be cured? I know somebody who made smoothies with their juicer or whatever, and they really improved, and their energy came back. And I'm like, that's offensive. That would be offensive to a fibromyalgia person, because our condition is very real, and it is very, very physical. Very. This isn't a matter of like, oh, Morgan's tired, she needs more energy. Yeah, I do, but there's a whole slew of reasons why, and a whole body that is not operating correctly to do so. So like, please don't come at us with the Reiki, with the shakes and the bullshit, because it's very offensive, and we're too tired to even deal with you. So that's what I don't deal with that anymore though, because it's been so many years and people kind of fell off and kind of maybe even forgot that I was sick. I don't know. But the thing is, when you first get sick, there is the shock factor. And everybody's up in arms, you know, your friends, your family, your husband, your wife, and everybody's on board and helping you and on high alert. And I always knew this time would come, and I'm kind of in this stage now. So it's 2024. This all began in 2019 for me, so it's been a couple years. And I am now in the phase where I got tired of treating myself as much, or fighting so hard to get test after test after test. I'm properly diagnosed now. It took me forever to find the correct doctors, but now that I have my set doctors, some I still travel back to my old living situation to be with, because it's hard to mesh with a good doctor. Like, you want to keep who you have. And sometimes, although I do say it is good to switch doctors every now and then, because new doctors give new ideas and new insights into things that can treat you. So, like when I switched my neurologist, I was so scared to leave my old neurologist. I was so scared to leave him because he's been with me since day one, and I was scared to put my care into another doctor's hands. And, you know, it's just, we have it so tough as fibro patients to actually bond with doctors. It's hard to switch, but I did switch, and this new neurologist that I've been working with has been very proactive with my migraines and has provided a different outlook, which has been great for me. So yeah, sometimes it's appropriate to switch doctors, but other times it's like, whatever. We go through a lot with people who don't believe us, or people who are more skeptical, or they don't treat us as seriously as they would other conditions. I don't like to say there's a lot, personally, I'm not comfortable with saying there's a lot of gray area in fibromyalgia. I'm going to say fibromyalgia because that kind of circles everybody else, post-viral fatigue syndrome, but I'm just going to say fibro because it just seems like broad and covers everything. And everybody's fibro affects them so differently that it's hard. I don't like to, my fibro is really a result of post-viral fatigue syndrome, but a lot of people say there's so much gray area with fibro. We don't know what's really going on with it. In my world, there is no gray area. I'm sick. I have this condition. I deal with it every day. This is black and white. There is no gray. My condition's very real. I live it every single day, and I'm confident in that. And I'm assertive in that. It's just so real in my life and so prevalent in my life that to say there's a gray area or any naysayers, it seems it makes them look stupid, in my opinion. But anyway, I was treating so much and trying so much and switching up things so much that finally I'm to a point where I have now accepted what I have. When I first got sick, it was doctor after doctor, and it was chaos because I wasn't on the correct medication. Some doctors wouldn't say I had fibro, I was too young. Post-viral fatigue syndrome label was hard for them to accept with me as a patient. But the truth was I had it. Okay, at the end of the day, all signs pointed to post-viral fatigue syndrome with fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue features, period. The hype of my medical condition has diminished in my personal life, okay? My husband has accepted I'm sick. My family, the scare and the initial shock of it has now gone. And everyone just kind of knows that Morgan has this condition. She needs a little more time to adjust to things. And life kind of really did adjust to the condition. I never thought I'd see this day. I'm going to be honest with you. I was very ashamed of myself in the beginning. I looked down on myself. I felt bad. Morgan, why aren't you working? All you do is lay around all day. And I really looked at myself and had a lot of ugly voices in the mirror making me feel horrible about myself because I was such a doer. And this condition can come off as lazy to people who are uneducated and unwilling to accept your condition. So I felt I was unwilling to accept myself. So I felt like a piece of shit. I really did. Until finally, what I would do is I would get up and I would keep trying to do things like snap out of this, Morgan. Fight this. Like, stop it already. Wake the up. And I was hard on myself. And the harder I got on myself, the worse I would become. And this cycle of, in my opinion, self-harm, I don't think of it, I wasn't trying to, but I was. I went through this cycle of getting up, running, hitting a wall, falling down again. Getting up, running, hitting a wall, falling down again. And I went through this for like a year until it finally was like, oh, I'm exhausted. I can't keep doing this. I'm sick. Hands are in the air. It is what it is. I give into this condition for my physical health. I needed to accept it, and obviously for my mental health, I needed to accept it. I fully accept I cannot do what I used to be able to do, and I'm tired of feeling bad about it. I'm tired. I am my biggest critic, so I'm done trying to. I don't believe I need to put on a show or show people I'm sick. Actually, I don't really like doing that. I like to come online as my best self. I like to show the world my best self when I'm online. Showing my really sick times, that's a very personal thing to me that I personally deal with, but that is not what I like to show the world, because in this sick body and in my fight and struggle, I'm still a person, and I still have identity. I'm still Morgan. I might have medical conditions, obviously, that's just whatever, very prevalent, but I'm still a person, and I still have passions in life, and I still have ambitions in life, and I choose not to let this condition define me. Yes, it's there. Yes, it's prevalent, but it's not about to be my whole life. I try to treat my condition the best I can, which I do. I have fantastic doctors. I do keep up with my treatments. I am trying to join a pool again for physical therapy purposes to try to get fit. That's another situation. I'm still trying is what I'm saying. I'm still very much actively in this condition. But I also know that there's more to me than just this condition. And but sometimes I think maybe I hurt my subscribers a little bit by not talking about it as much. Because I do manifest a healthier lifestyle. I've tried to, because a lot of doctors say it's mental And you know what, that really got to me for a while, and so I took that seriously. Like, I took that to heart. Like, you know what, you're right. If this is mental, no problem. I'm a queen. I'm going to Palm Beach, Florida with my, I'm fine. Nothing's wrong. But then I can't walk from the beach, the ocean to the shore. But I think what's important for me and you guys, and what I want to relate to you guys, and this is what the message I try to send most. Yes, I like to bring awareness to it. But my goal is, because I've accepted that I'm not getting better anytime soon, my new goal is to live a life worthwhile. Live a happy life with the pain. Sounds shitty, I know, because trust me, a doctor told me that once and I was like, you're psycho, I'm not living like, you know what I mean? But it's the truth. You're gonna feel you do have a condition, and that's gonna be okay. You are still going to move forward with your life, and you're still going to have a substantial, happy life. And I work at that, and I really make it a point of my life to give the best version of myself I possibly can with all the circumstances of my genetic makeup. Like, I want to give the world the best version of myself, because I'm very passionate, and I do have a zest for life. I just always have, and there's always things I like to learn, and there's things I wish I can do, and there's people I wish I could meet, and there's goals I want to achieve, and that's still very real for me, and I keep striving for that. Like my YouTube channel, I always wanted a YouTube channel with people I can talk to, and express my personality, and I'm doing that. And I want you guys to know that whatever you like to do, you can still find ways to do it, or you could still, my bottom line is, I want you to get yourselves accepting the condition and then having a meaningful, happy life with the condition. That's something that's very hard to do. Admit to yourself that you have to be happy and still be in pain. That concept for me was like, wait, that's not my life. You're psycho. Like, no. Like, that sounds like hell. Like, it sounds like hell. I have to keep pushing through life and be in pain 24/7. It sounds like hell, but the truth is the truth, and sometimes the truth hurts, and sometimes you gotta take it for what it is. And actually, that's more of an excuse to make your life more fabulous than it was previously. Right? Like, you're gonna need to have more luxuries, and you're gonna need to feel extra fabulous because of all your pain, right? Something's gonna make up for that, right? So now it's like, not only do I want this incredible life, but I want it to be even more incredible than it was before, because at least let that make up for the medical jargon I have to deal with. So that's the message I want to send you guys. Make your lives more fabulous than it was before the condition. That's a task. I'm live thinking with you guys now. That's a real task. That's a real thing to do. Conquer the condition by accepting the condition and getting a more fabulous life than you had before the condition, and still be in pain. Let's do that, you guys. Damn, I like it. I hope you guys like it too. My advice to you guys is always look for ways to make things happen. Don't be intimidated by things. Know your boundaries. Like, I'm never gonna be able to run a marathon or do hot yoga and influence hot yoga clothes, because I physically cannot attain that. But or you know what? Okay, let's say I can't do yoga. How would I make that work? You have to think of things. All right, so my first thought is go to aquatherapy. That's something I can do. Do they have yoga in pools that I can do to make that happen? Maybe I won't be able to rep gym clothes as much as I would swim clothes, because I know swim I can do. So let's just try to tweak this and make it work into our lives. If you were a big fitness guru before this, there is still minor things you can do just differently. So my advice is just to make things happen. Put yourself out there. Know your boundaries. Push your limits sometimes to see if you're capable of more. If you're not, it's okay. Just go a different route. I think that's great. I think I want to leave it at that. I think I'm okay with that because I want us to be positive. I want us to be happy. I want us moving on. I want us accepting our conditions. And even though we may hate that condition, it's not going to stop our lives from being fabulous. And that is a message that I care very deeply about and that I try to emulate throughout my life and I try to relay on my social media channel. And that's very important to me. And that's what I like to put out into this universe because I know I'm capable of that. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot to say, so thanks for hanging in there. And stay healthy, stay positive, make things happen for yourself. And it's okay to accept the limitations. Just learn to tweak your life to make it even better. Love you guys. Stay tuned for the next video. You guys know I'm going to have a La Mer video out soon at some point. Or some luxury skincare, dog show, whatever is probably coming your way very soon. Love you guys. Bye.